Hello everyone, I am Sneha, co-founder of Web3 Compass, and welcome to another episode of Build with Stylus Rust Edition, a hands-on video series designed to help you write smart contracts in familiar languages like C, C++, Go, and Rust using Arbitrum Stylus. And in this episode, we are going to build a complete ERC-20 application using Rust and Arbitrum Stylus SDK. And this series is brought to you by Namaste Arbitrum, which is a young growing initiative to build the Arbitrum ecosystem in India through content, education, and real world projects with Web3 Compass as technical partners. About Web3 Compass, we are a platform by builders for builders to help you learn all things Web3 and AI through carefully curated campaigns. This entire workshop is structured to guide you through setting up your development environment, creating a Rust-based ERC-20 contract, deploying a contract through Arbitrum Sepolia Testnet, building a React frontend to interact with the token, and just test the complete DApp. Okay. Yeah. So we were trying to understand that why cargo stylus check is failing, right? So if you see that the stylus CLI is trying to connect to a local node and the connection is being refused. Why? Because we never really started a Docker or which would run our Nitro node. If you remember how we did it in the last video, which was my counter application, you saw that in two terminals, one was where we were running the Nitro node and the other was where we were doing all of the interactions of cargo stylus check and all of that. So now what we will do is that because now it has suggested a few things, check offline, online, but our focus is to build the entire contract and deploy it on Arbitrum Sepolia, right? So just look at the document that we've provided you, and there was a command, cargo stylus deploy no verify endpoint, and then you provide the RPC URL which of Arbitrum Sepolia and private key again. This is a test wallet only made for this particular workshop. That is why I'm able to reveal the private key, but you should not, never ever reveal your private key, as well as always have two different wallets or maybe multiple wallets, out of which one is the wallet where you receive all your money, the money that you win out of hackathons by building some cool projects, and the others are going to be your dev wallets, which is more like project focus. Okay. So like you will see that building project, and then it will give you the and everything. So it says file used for deployment hash .cargo.log .cargo.uml blah blah blah, project metadata hash computed on development, and then it will take a while for you to sort of get into deployment, and now you will have a deployed code at address as well as deployed transaction hash, right? So maybe just copy this. Okay, so we go to the testnet, Sepolia testnet explorer, and you will see that this was deployed 2 minutes ago. And there would be this entire thing where this is my wallet address. If I show you my MetaMask, the test account, this is exactly my wallet address, and this is created, and this is how you can do all the interactions here. So there's state, there's advanced transaction info, and yeah, okay, yeah. So if you come here at the contract, this is the decompile bytecode. This is how you can see it, and this is the entire contract thing. Now we can also find two another contracts with exact matching bytecodes because we have tried multiple, deployments and all of that. So this is how you can check if your deployment has become successful. Now what do you do? Okay. So you save your contract address and we will get to building the React application. So we have already created a subdirectory, right? And this is our React front end. So you initialize a new React app using npx create React app. You install all the dependencies by npm install. Also, if you want to interact with a Ethereum compatible blockchain, you would need the ethers library. So we are using ethers 5 point some version. And yeah, so you have to look into it. Sometimes ether version 6 is compatible, sometimes 5 also works. So great. Now, if you come here and we start looking into everything. So once you install the dependency, you will have all of these files generated. But what are more interested is the config.js. Now you'll see there's a network configuration here, right? So here we would want to update our contract address with current contract. Like that's my previous one, the one that you could see, but this is the one that I have recently deployed. So that's contract address. This is the network chain ID, Arbitrum Sepolia, chain text, chain name, native currency, name, symbol, decimal, URL, and all of that. So that's how you do network configuration, because when you connect with MetaMask wallet, you anyway need to be on that network and perform all the relevant transactions. So it is important for your application to interact with the wallet and the front end of it, right? Now, we will create a ABI directory as well. So there is a way to sort of export the ABI, okay? And we'll create that. So in the contracts, if you come here, you will see there is a candy token.js on file. Application binary interfaces is a way how your front end and smart contract is going to, talk. And you will see that all of your functions type and all of that is listed here. Okay. So that's their standard way of understanding how the interaction would happen. Okay. And yeah, so I have basically added everything here in the project overview, right? This is where you see the steps and how do you want to, generate ABI and deploy and all of that. Yeah. So we already have a generated one because we've not made any changes to the contracts. But then now it's time that you create certain React components. Okay. So if you come in the component section, we basically created 3. One is the candy machine, which is more like a overview. Then there's a connect wallet thing. Okay. Now in the connect wallet.js file, you will see that you have, so there's connect wallet format address to show only first 6 and last 4 characters, wallet container, wallet info, account connected, disconnected. So it will let you know if your wallet is connected to the application or not, connect button, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But what you can also look at is there has to be a connected indicator. It could show green, red, on click, and all of that. Then, and it's better to have like a pop-up where you sign transactions on MetaMask and then go about doing the entire thing. Now this is our candy machine.js file. So there's a generate a random color for candy, add candy animation when deploying. So when we deploy, there's like an entire confetti thing that would happen. And yeah, so that's pretty much in the front end. And for this, all I told Windsurf was, hey, I want to create a fun candy minting DApp and I wanted to have a fun theme, and I've written a ERC-20 contract. There should be like 2 structures. One is minting tokens, one is transferring tokens, and that's how you're going to do it. And this is a token form. So create your sweet token, fill in the details below to mint your own candy token, blah, blah, blah. So it's on you to how to go about, token name, token symbol, do we need it? Are we like specifying it, or have we fixed it like in this one, we fixed it that it is going to be candy token. And yeah, so that's more like taking in information. But now if you come to public, right, there's a index.html which basically has nothing. Yeah. So even here, there's like a app.js. Now this is going to be the main file because we are importing all the components here and start initializing the contract with signer, get all the token details like what is the name, what is the symbol. Connect wallet function is implemented here. So check Ethereum window is MetaMask. If not, then it will pop you up that, hey, please install MetaMask to use this DApp. Error connecting wallet. So you have to make sure that wallet pop-ups are happening. It's connecting. If not, then you're prompting the user that they should have MetaMask. Then initialize contract with the signer, error connecting wallet, fail to connect wallet and all of that. Call the mint function which mint tokens to the caller's address. So now this is again the entire implementation. You should have an idea in mind that how is each of these elements going to work, that you click a mint button and it should call a particular function. Like all of these, again, ethers is coming into picture. That if you're taking an amount, it should avoid big number issues. Now this was one of the issues that I was coming across. And then mint amount dot to string. Now when you mint it, there needs to be an update balance, and that is why token dot contract balance of user address would increase. Successfully minted, blah blah blah, token symbols, show confetti. Now again, upon you, how fancy do you want to make the front end? I'm more interested into the smart contract angle, so that's more interesting. Now similarly, we're doing a transfer token. Please connect your wallet, enter a recipient address and amount to transfer. Now it will wait. If a user is trying to transfer to their own address, you should be able to show an error that, hey, you cannot transfer to your own wallet address. Check a few things again. Now, once the transfer happens, it will take the balance format, either successfully transfer these many tokens to this. If error transferring tokens, then this, and the deduction should happen. Again, these are wait for window.ethereum, please install. Now, these are all like MetaMask angle. Now, we also have to make sure that, the Ethereum object is fully loaded. If we have to switch to Arbitrum Sepolia, are we already there on the network and all of that. And this is honestly very, very simple to generate using the AI tools, okay? And yeah, candy token dashboard, interact with your suite. So this is going to be the main component here, okay? Like checking, requesting account access, and all of that, like set up event listener. So this is more like setting up the basic structure of the app component. State management is happening, wallet connection functionality is happening, and we're basically adding also the functions to mint, transfer, and how are we implementing those token interaction functions, right? Like you saw ethers.js working in. This is built with love on Arbitrum Stylus. So again, let me go here. Yeah, token cutter. So we've created all those classes there, and then here we're just trying to like get accounts, initialize contract, and all of that stuff. But what is interesting here is how are we calling these functions that are being implemented on the smart contract angle? How are we interacting it? Minting tokens, right? Call the mint function, which means so. Then again, all of this, if you see, will be happening with the help of ABI because you are done writing the contract and there has to be some interactions here. Now, there's one more thing that I want to show you guys. There has to be a CSS file. I'm very bad with design and colors, so yeah. But before this, everything that you have implemented, basically the functions mint and transfer tokens, UI components for displaying balances, minting and transferring status and error messages for user feedback, and all of those, right? And then you do an entire CSS, which I'm not going to explain. Now what we will do is we'll try to run this thing. So we go to, okay, so let's do cd react frontend, and then we already have everything, installed. So we just do npm start. Now, this is a very honest attempt to sort of show you that, hey, you can just build things using AI. Now it should update it. Yep. Okay. So you will see that my wallet is connected here. And this is the contract address that we are having here. And it's 0.0 candy, right? Now I want to mint like maybe 150 tokens. So I click on mint tokens. I know there's a fault here. Both of these should not go in processing, but guys, come on. We are focusing on learning things here. It's okay. So I confirm this. And you will see I have 150 candy. Confetti has to be my favorite thing. Okay, now for example, I want to transfer to my second account. Okay, so I will move to the second account, paste it, and maybe say 45 tokens and do a transfer token. Yeah, successfully transferred 45 candy tokens to this wallet, right? And I've reduced number of candy tokens as well. Also, if you see here, you will see the activity, mint, send token, and all of that. And again, online interaction, you need to have some tokens in your account. Right? Now imagine if I try to send this to the same wallet and I say, hey, I want to send 45 more. Let's see what happens. Okay, you'll get this. You cannot transfer tokens to your own wallet address. Now, I know this is not the perfect front end, not even close to a perfect front end, but the idea is that how do you write a contract in Rust, implement it, or write it in Solidity, import, use Stylus, generate it in Rust. So that's pretty much it. We'll provide you the entire GitHub repo for you to take a look, for you to fork it and then build something out of it. But again, create a project.md file which holds all of the information, right? Like, let me go back here. And if you come here, project overview, how the structure looks like, what does lib.rs file does, main contract entry point, ERC-20.rs, core ERC-20 implementation, all of the components, structure, front end. Now, yeah, that's like pretty much it. Congratulations. You've successfully built a complete ERC-20 DApp using Arbitrum Stylus and React. And through this entire series, we've tried to cover everything around development. What is Stylus? How do you implement a complete DApp? We also experimented with a My Counter DApp and built a cute little React front end, not the perfect one though, and adding proper documentation, version control, and all of that. The key takeaways again, Rust provides a very powerful and safe language for smart contract development, again, especially from security purpose. Arbitrum Stylus will enable Rust code to run on Ethereum virtual machine. Again, WASM friendly. The development workflow is similar to traditional Ethereum development. React and ethers.js provides a powerful combination for building DApp front ends. And yeah, like you can implement ERC-20 in Rust, come on. But do look at the Solidity part. And I hope this workshop has at least given you some idea around how do you build your own DApp using Arbitrum Stylus. And happy coding. That's it for this episode of Build with Stylus. Keep learning, keep building, and follow Namaste Arbitrum and Web3 Compass on Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. And you'll see a lot about us in the coming future.